Greetings and good day. This is Donnie with TechWinter, and thank you so much for joining me today. Well, guys, the folks at OMBAR reached out to me recently and had me test out their 3-channel dash cam. So today we're going to unbox this. I'm going to install it in my vehicle and show you as much real-time footage as possible. So without any further ado, let's dive in and let's take a look. Special thanks again to OMBAR for gifting me this camera for testing purposes today. Beyond that, I'm not receiving any additional compensation, and my review is fully expressing my opinions, positive, negative, and everything in between as well. So let's dive right into that unboxing experience. As you can see here, OMBAR, yes, one more bar. Interesting branding selection here, but I do like their high standards with their packaging, and just opening this up for the first time and picking up the camera itself, the build quality on it is very good. And I love this modular design. I'll get a little more into that as we go through this video. But as you can see here, this one mounts to the windshield not by a suction cup, but by a 3M adhesive. And that adhesive is attached to a GPS receiver that then uses magnets, yes, magnets, to connect to the main camera. And that main camera does have a 4K sensor on it. There are two optional cameras, one that you can attach directly to the side of it that points into your car. It also has an adjustable pivot on it so that you can do some height adjustment, left, right, up and down there. And also a camera that you can put in the rear of your vehicle as well. That includes plenty of cabling to be able to make that happen as well. And of course, this camera does come with a 64 gigabyte micro SD card. I will tell you, in my experience, I was able to get about 6 hours of footage, and that is the camera facing out of the vehicle and the one that I had in the interior as well. Obviously, if you have the camera that's pointed behind you, that could eat into that time as well. But guys, I cannot say enough good about this modular design. To me, this is the new gold standard as far as dash cams are concerned. I want to see more cameras using this form factor. It's kind of like smartphones, how they all now have this edge-to-edge screen because it just works, and that's what everybody's doing because that's what sells. I would love to see more cameras with this modular design. I love it's got the magnets that then attach to the piece that stays in the windshield. And if you want to take this out, you can pull it and release it. You do have to give it a nice good tug to be able to release it completely. So it's nice and secure. It's very well fastened. But then the power then attaches through some pins that are near this magnet as well. So all of the cabling stays with the car. And then if you want to be able to plug in the camera that points into your car, there's that adjustment on it as well. And then it literally just plugs in just like that. And it's there. And it's nice and fastened and secure. Can't say enough good about this form factor. But let's take a look at some of that footage. As you can see here, some of the daytime. I love that you do get the timestamps on the screen as well. And this is all configurable in the menus. You've got the speed, you've got the time, you've got the date. You also have your GPS latitude and longitude location there as well. And this 4K image quality is good. And I will say for the license plates, that's the question people always ask about. If it was 1 to 2 car links in front of me, it seemed to be able to pick up that license plate information quite easily. Beyond that, it starts getting a little bit tricky. And taking a look at that camera that's pointing into the car, the quality on that is definitely lower. It's 1080p. And also the location in which I positioned this on my windshield was kind of on the other side of my rear view mirror from where I'm sitting. So you're not getting a great picture of me. That's my install, guys. But if I'm somebody who's like doing a ride share and really concerned about having footage of what's happening in my car, I want to be more focused on the passengers. That's why I oriented it in this way. So hopefully that makes sense. Guys, this is definitely a very crowded market at this point. There's lots of cameras that are like 2K and 4K. I would say just the resolution metric alone might not be the most important thing. The sensors definitely matter here. And for me, this is somewhat comparable to some other ones. Maybe not the best sensor that we've ever seen, but we'll talk about this in its price point and just the value that you're receiving here. Looking at this nighttime footage, I feel like this thing does a good job with light capture. So I will say the license plates at night were a little bit hit and miss for me. If the license plate was positioned a little bit lower on the vehicle, very easy to read as you can see in this example. But another one a few minutes later when I was on the interstate where the license plate was a little higher, my headlights seemed to be washing it out, but just the quality, the image quality of all the light that it's capturing, definitely superior to some other ones that we've tested in the past. So overall, I would say a good experience here. I do want to highlight their app here. And the app itself is completely optional. You don't have to have the app, but it's nice, especially during that first time setup. These cameras do have their own built in Wi Fi. So you can connect your phone to the Wi Fi on this camera, and then you can access things, menu settings through the app. You can also play back footage directly from the camera. So I like that that's an option. And I also love that this does use USB-C as the standard. Just looking at that footage from the install itself, the one thing that I will complain about is that cable up at the top of my windshield does have a large resistor on it. So it was very difficult to be able to tuck that. So if you got some additional cable showing that I wouldn't necessarily prefer to happen, but plenty of cable as far as getting this routed, and that DC plug in the center console. I always appreciate when there's additional USB port on that can be used for charging other devices, and this one absolutely has this. Let's take a look at that price. As you can see right now on Amazon, this camera is priced at $169, and as of the making of this video, there is a $30 off coupon that does take that price down to $139. So tell me in the comments, is this a camera that you've purchased? And also let me know if there's anything else you would love to see me test here in the near future. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you haven't already, I'd ask you to consider liking and subscribing and hitting that bell notification so that you're always staying up to date with new content as it's uploaded. But for now, I'm Donnie with Tech Winner, helping you make winning decisions when it comes to your tech. You guys have a great day.